As the giant Saturn V rockets launched the Apollo missions in the race to the moon, the world also faced an arms race, with the Soviet Union and the United States in a battle of tactics and bravado that threatened to engulf the world in nuclear conflict.
If you go back 50 years, the world was so dangerous that the end of the world as we know it could have happened at any time.
In New York, the United Nations General Assembly met in emergency session after America identified Soviet missile sites and weapons in Cuba.
We now know that the Soviet Union has decided to transform Cuba into a base for communist aggression, into a base for putting all of the Americas under the nuclear gun.
President John F. Kennedy imposed a blockade on Cuba, confronting Soviet President Nikita Khrushchev and Cuban President Fidel Castro.
The Soviet Union has so powerful rockets to carry these nuclear warheads that there is no need to search for sites for them beyond the boundaries of the Soviet Union.
For 13 days, the nuclear threat shadowed the world. Against this backdrop, NASA engineers worked at full pace to develop and ready the moon landers and rockets, and to train and equip the chosen astronauts for the moon journey. 7 men, all pilots, trained together, worked together and played together, all wanting to be the first to fly and the first to become the man on the moon. That honour went to Alan Shepard, who became the first American astronaut to leave the Earth's atmosphere. Gus Grissom won the second spot, and then NASA selected John Glenn, at the time the fastest man on Earth, after he set a speed record of more than 7,000 kilometres an hour in the X-15 rocket-powered aircraft.
I'm ready when you are, buddy. Okay, here we go with the countdown. Got 8 of them going. Roger.
It's up to each one of us to use those talents and capabilities as best he can.
September 1963, JFK faces a Congress threat to cut the moon mission budget. He addresses the 18th General Assembly of the United Nations, suggesting a joint moon mission with Soviet Russia.
I believe, therefore, that the Soviet Union and the United States, together with their allies, can achieve further agreements which spring from our mutual interest in avoiding mutual destruction.
November 22, 1963, Dealey Place, Dallas, Texas, shots from the book depository, and President Kennedy is mortally wounded.
It appears as though something has happened in the motorcade route. Something, I repeat, has happened in the motorcade route.
Vice President Lyndon Baines Johnson is sworn in as president. The nation and the world mourns JFK, and the moon mission faces an uncertain future. But LBJ says no way. It will continue, and it will complete John Fitzgerald Kennedy's promise of a moon landing before New Year 1970.